What's up, YouTube? Welcome to Cars, Cost, and Technology. Today I'm super excited to kick off the car shopping series. For those of you that are new to the channel, I recently sold my Corvette, C6 Corvette that is, and I'm putting together a short series of videos going over the different options that I'm weighing as a replacement car. We're just trying to cover the pros and cons of each and get some viewer feedback on what's going to be the best option for me. As far as the criteria of what I'm looking for, I'd like to stick with some kind of sports car, performance-oriented car similar to my Corvette. Like to keep the price at about $60,000 or less. I'm also shooting more towards a new car at the moment. I am still keeping an eye on the used market, but as a whole, I think that the new car in that price range is going to be the best fit for me right now. So jumping into my list, the number one contender, as you saw by the thumbnail of this video, is the 2017 Corvette Stingray. Coming from the C6, obviously this would just be a natural upgrade for me. I already know that I like that platform. I enjoy that vehicle. The C7 is just going to be, newer, more features, a little better performance, more technology. So I think all around it'd be a great fit for me. I know that the C7, from all the research I've done on it, is a great value. It's got great performance for the money. Obviously a really good looking car. The only cons right now for me with this model are just going to be the fact that, similar to what I said in my video about selling my C6 Corvette, is there's so many rumors of something new right around the corner. So I feel like it's just a tough time right now to be a Corvette enthusiast because you're just kind of on the edge of your seat waiting for whatever's next. I hate to pull the trigger on a C7 and then end up wanting the C8, or if it's even announced, when it's announced, and or maybe it's going to be a ZR1 C7. Nobody really knows 100% yet, but either way, it's hard to make a confident decision on something like the C7 when you know there's possibly something right around the corner that could end up causing you to lose a lot of value or regret that purchase. So that's my biggest reservation right now, but as a whole, like I mentioned before, it's a really great value. Really love this interior that I put together on the Chevy website with their build your own car tool. I think it's much nicer than my C6 interior. I know that I'd definitely enjoy that. As far as exterior goes, I went ahead and put together a spec that suits me best. I really like the black on black. My C6 was red with black rims. I like that, but I always felt like the red was just a little too flashy for me. So I went with something a little more sleek and aggressive with the black on black. Not many other changes though. Went with the 1LT option just to keep the price down. I think it's got plenty of features and options for me though, and don't think I'd all be dissatisfied with that. As a whole though, I think it's a really good looking car, really high on my list. Let's jump into some performance figures. So I put together a pretty short list of items that they are important to me. Obviously these aren't the only things that matter. There's many more things that I'm gauging and measuring, looking into, researching, but these are the important stats for most car enthusiasts, so I couldn't help but at least cover these. So for the C7 Corvette, this is the 2017 model year, it's got 455 horsepower, 460 foot-pounds of torque. Just an interesting side note, the performance exhaust bumps it up to 460 horsepower, which is typically what you see listed for the C7 Corvette, and actually 465 foot-pounds of torque. Performance exhaust is about a $1,200 option, so it'd be tough to tell whether or not that's the best route to go, or research your own aftermarket exhaust that may add more horsepower than that for a similar price or less. But anyway, just an interesting side note. They've got it posted at 3.7 seconds from 0 to 60. Obviously, there's a lot of variables that could impact that, but all around that general time frame is still really good for 0 to 60. The weight, approximately 3,300 pounds, so power to weight ratio for this car is going to be really good. It's a relatively light car, and I've seen this done before in other articles and videos. I thought it was an interesting stat. The cost per horsepower for the Corvette, if you go with the 1LT base model at right around $55,000 to $56,000. With the 455 base horsepower, you're looking at about $123 per horsepower, which is really good value. I think that's definitely highly ranked in terms of value and cost per horsepower. So anyway, it's a good gauge of what the car has to offer, and especially when you're looking at a sports car, some of these are the most essential figures. So definitely high on the list, and excited to gauge some of the other models that I've got in mind on this same listing category. So here's my build summary directly from the Chevrolet website. You can see the MSRP there, like I mentioned before, just under that $56,000 threshold. Destination charge puts it just over the $56,000 threshold, but went pretty basic with the options. Of course, trying to keep that price low. You got the black color, no cost; black interior, no cost. The wheels were a little bit of an upcharge to go with the Z51 style wheels, but they're a little bit larger, more aggressive pattern, so I think that's well worth it. You've also got the a lot of features included, performance tires, run flat tires, no cost. Got the 8-inch color touchscreen, bucket seats, 7-speed manual transmission. Of course, the magnetic selective ride control. I've heard a lot of good things about that, but that does add a couple $1,000s. I think that'll definitely be worth it for the handling and comfort of the ride. But anyway, all those features brings it just to the $60,000 threshold. Like I mentioned, trying to stay within that price range. I know there's obviously a lot of options on the used market for similar C7 Corvettes that probably have either A, more features for the same price, or B, similar features for a lower price. But for this series, I really want to stick to mostly new cars, just because I do like the idea of going to the car that I'm the original owner, break it in my way, do the maintenance my way, care for the car my way, rather than sort of being prone to however the previous owner drove the car and took care of it. I know you stand to take a lot more depreciation when you're the first owner, but that's again why I'm doing my research and trying to look towards a car that I can keep long term, sort of ride out the depreciation and enjoy the car regardless. So hopefully it works out. I am also keeping my eye on the used market as well, just in case if a deal comes up that's just too good to pass. But I do think I'm going to keep my sights set on a new car. So anyway, just wanted to show you my exact build, how it cross-references with my preferences and my price range that I put out. But overall, that's my options here. Alright guys, so that brings us to the end of the first episode of the car shopping series. Many more episodes to come on the other models I'm considering, but let me know in the comments below what you think about the 2017 Corvette Stingray for me, and based on everything I've said I'm looking for. I did also want to point out all the photos and information in today's video was directly from Chevrolet.com. I did put a link in the description below where you can check out the build your own car tool and build your own Corvette Stingray to your spec. They got some pretty cool options on there and a lot of fun to play with, so big shout out to them for having that tool available to help buyers line up exactly what they want. But anyway guys, hope you enjoyed the video today. If you're new to the channel, check out some of the other content. Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and have a great day.